What's going on in Fresno? We celebrate what's good about Fresno and who are doing good things, who is doing good things. And remember when we were kids, there's always stranger danger. Watch out for strangers. Don't take candy from a stranger. Don't get in a car with a stranger. Well, most of the danger for young people come from not from strangers, but from people they're aware of, they know. Anyway, we've asked an expert to come in, Sarah Hernandez, to kind of fill us in on this.
Yeah.
Am I close?
You are, yeah. Statistically speaking, the majority of abuse and majority of abusers are going to be people who we know, relatives, coworkers, teachers, pastors, people who you actually have a familiarity with, and that's because they have the opportunity to groom you for the abuse. Because abuse can happen as a one-off scenario. However, most of the time it is years, weeks, months, however long it takes, however susceptible the victim is. It takes a process of getting them to trust the abuser, and the abuser getting them to get the level where they can manipulate them so they won't actually speak out about the abuse.
Parents are good at teaching that stranger danger.
Yes.
Don't take candy, don't get in the car, all that. If somebody follows you home from school, you run home. But parents aren't equipped to train for the
no.
What do you call it? Somebody you know.
Yes. Well, and to be fair, I myself am a domestic abuse survivor. So my children lived through, my daughter's entire life. She's 6. So the 5 years I was with her father, and my son was 4, and he's now 13. So 7.5 years, 8 years for my son, and my daughter's entire life. So even as a survivor myself, talking with my children, so let's call them chickens. I mean, kind of the same, right? Yeah. Talking with my children as a survivor, as an advocate, it's still hard for me. I have the tools, I have the knowledge, I have the resources, both on my own and at work with Danger Aware, and I still have a hard time having those conversations with my kids sometimes. So parents who have no knowledge and no expertise, or may not even realize that they're in these situations, it's that much harder.
So your organization provides a resource for kids.
Yes. So the premise of Danger Aware is to promote the education of the early warning signs of manipulation and grooming before the abuse happens. So through educational games and contests, coloring book pages, comics, animations. We actually teach them without them realizing that they're being taught what to look for, what's safe, what's not safe, what's abusive, what's not abusive.
What's okay?
What's okay,
behavior,
what's not okay. Yes,
okay
teaching
behavior.
kids that nobody has a right to their body. They are allowed to say no. They are allowed to tell people, respect my personal space, how to advocate for themselves and how to advocate for others when and if they see abuse happening.
And that's the most unnatural thing. You're not born with those.
No, absolutely not.
You're born with trust.
Yes.
Okay. And how do you introduce it? Where do kids find? Do you have a target group or all kids?
So right now, because abuse is a very prevalent, problem in society as a whole. So while I wish on a small scale we could talk to everybody all the time, that's just not physically possible. So right now our current target audience who we're gearing all of our games and our videos to is kind of the preschool to early elementary educational age. So 4 or 5 to between 8 and 12. We do have a partnership with Boys and Girls Club. So we actually did a trunk or treat with them last month with the East location, and working with their members and educating inside schools.
Yeah. Speaking of trunk or treat, can we just run through these pictures?
Yeah. Well, so the first few. So I was here last month or the month before. We were actually at the Fresno Fair. So it was our first major event. So these photos are some of the kids and parents who either came through and played our games, talked with us, got our educational materials. Those two are actually, they were actually employees, staff. They were amazing. They came by every single day. They were so sweet. And then, we did daily giveaways. So there are
Let's go
people.
through these pretty quick. So they zip through them.
Yeah, so that's
the
actually
fair
a
stuff.
basket winner. Yeah, so these are all from the
Nice.
fair. It was a great experience. We had such an amazing feedback. I actually
this?
spoke
That's you.
I spoke on 1550 KXEX.
Oh yeah, is that our friend Guillermo?
Yeah, Guillermo. I spoke with Guillermo, so that was really fun. That's actually our founder right there, Fonda, and then Jen in the middle, and Brandon. So those are all office staff there.
Now is this getting to trunk?
Yes,
or
so
treat?
now we're getting into our trunk or treat. So this was actually with the Manchester Center
It's like 2 weeks ago.
and FPD. Yeah, so that was a really fun event. There were lots of kids. And then the next slide is going to be, we changed up our car a little bit for the trunk or treat at the Boys or
my
Girls
God.
Club. But yeah, it was super fun. And so actually right now, so what's showing is our food truck flyer. So we are actually looking to bring on a food truck permanently at our location. So we are looking for any type of food truck. We are not, limited to anything, to have a permanent spot at our location with tables, just to kind of help out in the community.
Right, and I mean they'd sell their food. And
Absolutely,
they make
yeah.
money, so
I also just kind of want tacos available
Yeah.
24/7, so I can't complain. And then this is actually we have 2 upcoming events in December. So this is our first one. It's going to be at the Clovis Veterans. They're having a Santa Claus day kind of thing, so we'll be there from 4 to 6.
Okay.
And then we were actually just invited to a second event on December 17th, so that's the following Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., again at the Manchester Center, partnering with Fresno Police.
And that's going to be a Veterans Memorial Building in Columbus.
December 11th,
December
yes.
11th. Santa Claus will be there.
Yes, I do believe that one will have Santa Claus.
Okay. Now, where's your site that you want a food truck to show up to?
Oh, okay. So we are located directly across from the Veterans Hospital. So right on 2503 North Fresno Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would there be more people to draw from besides just your facility?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the Veterans Hospital is right across the street. So you've got, your nurses, your doctors, your veterans who come in. There's an amazing gym right next to us that's actually run by 2 federal police officers, Josh and Miguel. They are amazing. And there's a
Fresno,
church.
what now?
We're at the corner of the major cross streets are Fresno and Clinton, but right next to us is Terrace Street, I
Terrace,
believe.
yes.
Yeah.
And so, the reason I ask, I'm going to talk to people about this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even if they come at a certain time every day for an
Yeah.
hour or 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Danger Aware is your organization. You can look it up by going to dangeraware.org.
Yes.
What if somebody wants to get involved? Do you need volunteers?
Absolutely. Yeah. We are always looking for volunteers. Right now, specifically, we're actually looking for skilled volunteers. So anybody who has animation experience, graphic design experience. We do have a boutique actually on site that is open from 9 to 4 Tuesdays and Thursdays. And our founder, Fonda Lehman, and one of our volunteers, Ruby, run that every Tuesday and Thursday. Right now, there's a lot of Christmas stuff. We've got furniture, all
what a great
the
way to
things.
help an organization
Yes.
and knock out a few Christmas gifts you have
And
to
we
buy.
take donations as well.
Yeah, okay,
Furniture, clothing, random knickknacks, whatever. We have industrial sewing machines for sale. I mean, everything. You name it, we've got it.
Now, outreach.
Yes.
You want to reach as many kids as you can. It's limited by your resources,
Yes.
of course. What if somebody is concerned about a kid? Can they refer them to maybe into the program or to get comic books or coloring books or something?
Absolutely. We have coloring books, we have comic books, we have, things like that for children. I'm also putting together like a resource booklet and page for our website so that it will have listed resources both in the area and, over throughout the country. I can't think of the word. I was going to say internationally. Yeah. That's eventually the goal and the hopes of the founder is to go globally. Mm-hmm. But obviously we have to focus on our current community first,
Right. Well, there's a few things going on. We just had the guy on from Hope Now for Youth.
Oh.
And they're doing incredible outreach. You're doing incredible things. These things are happening in our community. People have said our city's going down. Well, people are doing something about it.
We're trying. We're trying.
And these other organizations are. But we want Central Valley Talk. We celebrate what's good about Fresno, and that's you.
Yes.
The whole valley.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing that. What else do you want our viewers to know?
Well, our website and our Instagram are down there. That's our handle for most social media, most prevalently Instagram. If you want to go on to Instagram, you can shoot me a DM. If you're interested in volunteering, Giving Tuesday is coming up, so I'll be putting out our Giving Tuesday campaign. all of our year-end giving. If you can give monetarily, that's amazing. If you can't, and you can just donate your time, or even just sharing our message and our page, I mean, every little bit helps, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Speaking of year-end giving, I've done this many times. You start working on your taxes now. You don't have to complete it for a couple months. If you work on your taxes now, you may find that a few contributions
will save you.
Won't even cost you anything. It could save you money. And a great organization like Danger Aware could always use it.
Absolutely. And my final shout out, actually, today we actually have a partner with, I can't remember the name of the company, but he's sitting outside at the corner. He's doing the government phones. Jason, he's amazing. He's super sweet. So if you happen to be in the Fresno Clinton area and you are looking for one of those free government phones, go say hey to Jason, and then come by into the offices and say hey to us and get some information.
Right. And you and I are not in the business of giving away government phones, but I believe that if you're on any kind of assistance.
Yes, he said all you need is a valid driver's license and to be currently involved in any government assistance program.
You're on unemployment.
Yep.
And yesterday somebody said, and if you're a veteran, but just go talk to him.
Yeah, talk to Jason and then come right around the corner and come in and say hey to us.
Very good. We'll be back. Danger Aware is the organization. DangerAware.org. Go visit them. If you know about that Instagram, just go to Danger Aware on Instagram.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Awesome. Thank you.